Hey guys, welcome back to Football Ninja, the Big Five question. This is after Chelsea losing 2-0 to Leicester. Joining me right now is Karthik, an avid Chelsea fan. Looks like utterly disappointed though. Hey Karthik, how are you?
Yeah, but like you said, disappointed with the performance that they put in. But it is what it is. You can change it.
Let's start with the show, Karthik. First question: what was wrong with the Chelsea lineup?
A lot of things. I'm going to start with the defense. You had Lampard had Rudiger in defense playing. I'm not sure why. Because if you look at, if you just go back 1 month back, he was surplus. They were trying to sell him. They were looking to sell him, and now he's back in the lineup for some reason. Playing against a big side like Leicester. You had Zuma playing before that, and that partnership between Zuma and Thiago Silva was working really well.
And he was also scoring at times.
He was also scoring at times. Okay, that's a different part. That's not his primary objective doing the team, but he was defending as well. He was defending well, except for a couple of bad games, say against Wolves, right? But I don't know the reason for Zuma not being there. That was the first thing that was wrong. I think apart from that, Chilwell, Thiago Silva, James, they all made sense. That's good. The midfield again, he got it wrong with the midfield. Yes, Kante was not available for the game. But why would you get Havertz in? He's not in form.
Yes, correct.
He could have played Jorginho. You don't have a defensive midfielder. Jorginho is not the best of defensive midfielders, but then he can certainly work around that. You had Kovacic playing in that position again, sort of out of position. He's sort of struggled a bit in that position. Mount makes sense. He's probably been the best Chelsea player for the past 5, 6, 7 games on the pitch, and he did put his shift in. He was probably we'll talk about it more, but I think he was probably the only player who cared that they're losing. When the rest of them probably gave up after a certain point of time. The front line, I cannot complain about Abraham. He hasn't played, he hasn't played bad. But I would have preferred probably Giroud, starting over him, in this one, because he could have had, he could have held the ball well, and made spaces for Pulisic, or the wingers right there. Again, Callum Hudson-Odoi, I had a problem with. You got him, and he's a young lad. He's just had, he had one good game last time against Fulham. But then you need that experience. He wasn't there. He wasn't there. He couldn't get in the game for the 65 minutes that he played. Did not do enough. Again, he looked very, very, very casual. With his approach.
He did had a couple of chances where he could have easily passed.
He did have that. He went for goal, scuffed it wide. Those were my issues. I think Pulisic is fine. He tried to make those runs. He almost got a penalty, in the first half. But yeah, I think Lampard got it wrong.
And do you think that is Lampard good enough with this result coming out from Chelsea? We know about he's I think now one of the worst managers under Yeah, so he's one of the worst managers under Roman Abramovich once he took the reign. So do you think he's good enough for Chelsea right now?
He's not the best manager for sure. But I would also like to sort of put that thing on the players right now of how they are playing. You get a club legend, and fine if you fire him, you probably want to get somebody else, and you say you get in John Terry or probably somebody
But I don't think so. A good manager available right now in the market.
Yeah, there is Allegri, there is Tuchel who is available. But the problem is, if you get somebody like Lampard, and there are other managers like Ole or Scott Parker who is there. You see those players working hard for their managers, and I just don't see that right now at Chelsea. That's not happening, and these players are not working hard enough, I have seen a lot of hate around Mason Mount. Recently that he's only in the team because of Frank Lampard,
But I think he's the only one performing,
he's the
right?
only one who is performing. He's the only one who looks like he cares. He probably tried to get or try to do something till the 90th minute. He was the only one. So I wouldn't blame him being in the team. But who else do you get? There is nobody else who has been performing better than him. So that's not the problem. But I think players like I said, Callum Hudson-Odoi, you come in, you have a good game, you get a chance against a big team, and then you look like you're very casual. You don't care. And the same goes with Havertz as well. I've said it enough, and I think he's a very casual player, but probably it sort of works in the Bundesliga. It doesn't work in the Premier League, and I can understand. You have to give these players a bit of time. Like we spoke about in the last podcast. I would still give them Werner and Havertz probably another year. But you have to see that improvement, which I haven't seen from Havertz. So yes, he's young. Probably he would get that and probably improve in the future. But then you just have to do more.
Moving to the next question, Karthik. One thing that we missed from Chelsea last game was we did not see them play the Chelsea way. Do you think that is because Kante is not there? Because I did not see any midfield from Chelsea, though they were players, but it was all about defense to attack. There was absolutely no midfield. I think they went to sleep. Do you think how much do you think Chelsea is missing Kante right now?
Definitely, he's Kante, one of the best defensive midfielders in the world right now. He has not been in the best of forms, but he definitely makes that impact if he's there. And and like I said, Kovacic, it's not his usual position to play in. So, but I don't think he had a very bad game. But it's just difficult when you're playing with two attacking midfielders who are right up there. You're just the one in midfield. It sort of becomes difficult. And then you look at the Leicester attack of how they were attacking right through the middle. Somebody like Kante would have had that different sort of an impact if he was there in that defensive midfield. So definitely they are
because we saw a lot of back pass. A United fan will know what I'm talking about. A lot of back pass happening, trying from the sides as much as possible. But when things are not happening, because Leicester was really good at defense as well. They're pulling people back as soon as Chelsea was on the attack. And I think Chelsea had no answers to that kind of defense.
To be honest, it felt Chelsea's game. Yes, they had a good position of the ball. They had almost a double number of passes as Leicester did, but it was boring. It was boring for me. We saw that excitement last season from Chelsea. That I just don't see it this season. Even though you have
better players coming in on paper at least.
On paper at least, yes. I saw a lot of lack of coordination between the players. Players making runs, but they're not getting those passes in. So there's still a lot of like I said, lack of coordination between the players. There's no connection that I see, that real connection between them. So that's what's missing right now, and I think Lampard has to sort this out soon. Or he has. I think he's still figuring out what the best possible 11 is for him. Which he's unable to probably figure out right now, but he has to do it soon because you're already halfway in 19 matches and you got another 19, and you have to get like maximum number of points that you can get from those.
Moving to Leicester, Karthik, what a win for them. This pushes them to number one spot. What an attack by Leicester. They played like a number one side. It just felt like a number one side versus number 10 side or 8 side, whatever Chelsea is right now.
I mean, you look at Leicester. They did not rush in. They were patient for their chances. They knew Chelsea is gonna have the majority of the ball. They knew that coming into the game.
And I think they were okay with that too.
They were okay with that. They don't mind that. But they did not. They waited very, very patiently for their chance to come in. And whenever they got it, every move that they made towards the Chelsea goal, it looked like it's going to be a goal. And they created a lot of good chances. I think they scored another one which was flagged offside, which was another very, very good move from them. And defensively, I think Fofana was phenomenal yesterday. He's just a 20-year-old kid, but he was phenomenal yesterday. I think NDD did a really good job. You know, Evans again, you know, he's experienced. He did his job. James Sustin did well. So, you know, defensively they did well. I think they did not lose their shape at all. You know, and then Chelsea procrastinating a lot. You know, you know when they had the ball, and that also gave Leicester a good amount of time to get back into shape.
Yeah.
You know, and I think one thing that that was missing from Chelsea is the counter attack. There was no counter attack whatsoever. And I think the reason for that also is there is nobody in that you know, that defensive midfield, either Jorginho or Kante, who can give those long balls forward for the counter attack,
or even intercept the balls which are coming from
that did not happen. That was the problem. So I think Leicester definitely by far was best side yesterday.
And also picking up few players here, let's talk about how amazing was Maddison. Let's talk about Timothy Castagne, the new guy who replaced Ben Chilwell. And I think he played really good yesterday.
I mean, Castagne is an amazing player, you know, and I think he's fit in well with the team. Maddison again, this is the third game he scored in a row.
Yeah, consecutively.
He's been in good form, and I think I think Leicester as a team are in pretty good form right now. Their spirits are very high. Their confidence is high. They are not scared to, you know, go into go into that danger and stop that you know, proceeding at all. So, you know, if you see, they were you know, so they did not shy away from pressing the ball even in their own half, you know, and they were successful doing that. And you know, it's just that they have been in pretty good confidence right now to you know, to do that. You have to have that confidence to do that.
And I think moving to the next question, where I'm going to ask you this question, let's talk about Brendan Rodgers, Karthik. This guy, in the initial part of the season, he lost a couple of good players from his side, citing one Ben Chilwell. But his replacement, or regardlessly how the team is right now, they're playing as a unit. I don't see an individual contribution. It just feel like one huge organism trying to win the game or score a goal or attack. Even in defense, you saw their backline was, you could just, by looking at the TV screen, you knew there was 4-4-2 because they were so disciplined or regimented unit. So talk about him more, Karthik.
So I mean, I think he has been a good manager when he was in Liverpool as well. You know, he was good. Probably the team wasn't good enough back then, but if you give him the team that Liverpool is right now, I'm sure he will do wonders with that. And he has done a very good job with Leicester. He's gotten some, you know, good players. You play for Fofana, he's 20 years old. You have Soyuncu on the bench, who is far more experienced, who has had very good games, but you know, you know, it's the trust that he put in players that he knows that he can perform. He got in James Justin, who has performed really well. You know, we already spoke about Castagne. He's done well. He's got
Harvey
Maddison.
Barnes.
He's got Harvey Barnes. He's got, you know, he's got Maddison. He also got Ayoze Perez, who, you know, hasn't been the best of forms, but you know, he's performed well. So, you know, you see, you know, there are so many players that he's got in, and they have fit in so well into the team. You know, seamlessly, and like you said, they work as one unit. You know, they know what they are there for. They know you know, what they have to do into the game. Their strategies are so well planned. They know what they have to do, and I think he's probably, you know, now probably one of the contenders. For sure, if they continue this form.
I think this is what even Lampard said before the game started, that Leicester is definitely one of the contenders for Premier League. And then looking at the last game, Karthik, I think it would have been easily 4-0 if there was no Mendy on the goalkeeping.
Yeah, he made a couple of pretty good saves. You know, so definitely I think if you know, he's been good. He had a good game. I think first goal he couldn't do anything about. I think he wasn't at fault for either of the goals. You know, first goal was, you know, it just happens. Getting in from the set piece. The second goal was just defensive error from Rudiger. So he couldn't do anything about those, but you know, when he was called upon, I think he did do what he was supposed to do.
And the final question for this episode, Karthik, let's talk about the teams, the mentality of both Chelsea and Leicester right now. Where do you think, from Chelsea's perspective, perspective from you. Where do you think they would want to be now, or where do you think they realistically end the season with this kind of form?
See, where would they want to be is the top four.
Hmm,
That's the best they can get. I think winning the Premier League is not possible. At least the form they are in right now, it's not at all possible. You have to at least get a point of these games that they're playing again. So getting in the top four is the best that we can do right now. But that looks difficult as well because there are so many teams that are in good form right now. If we can talk about the contenders, there is Leicester, there is City, United, there is Liverpool, there is Tottenham, there is Leicester, there is Everton, Southampton,
Aston Villa.
Aston Villa. So there are so many of them, and Chelsea is just sitting 2 points above Arsenal right now. So there are so many contenders for the top 6, 7, 8. I don't know, but it sort of looks difficult for top 4 right now, and they have to, if they have to, get out of this form, they have to dig in. They have to, put in that hard work. Like Lampard said in his post-match interview that they did not do the bare minimum. They did not run enough, and a lot of players did not do that. So he has to, get that in. I know players like we were talking about it yesterday, where you had expectations from Werner, you had expectations from Havertz or Ziyech, but I was listening to Jamie Redknapp, who he said you have to give these players time, because there are a lot of new players that have come in, so you have to give that time, but at Chelsea it's difficult to get that time because you don't know when, with this kind of form, you don't know if Roman Abramovich will still stick with him, because that's what we've seen. But I think he should, probably stick with it, because even if a new manager comes in right now, he cannot do much.
Talking about sacking manager, I think Chelsea has a good history with Leicester games. Leicester week and sacking managers.
3 of the last 4 managers have been sacked around that week. But I think regardless of where they finish, I think Abramovich should give them time, because this is a new system that's come into place. We got in a lot of youngsters, which hasn't ever happened before. You are getting in a lot of players from the academy, which is a good thing. So you have to look at the long term. Even when Klopp came into Liverpool, he did not do wonders for the first season or the second season. He did not win anything, right? So you have to give that time to I know, but the problem that has happened now is even the fans have lost the patience. That's because they are used to winning things every year or every second year. They win at least one trophy. So, but you have to give that time. If you have to get this new system, you praise Lampard for getting in the youth, you're getting in new players, you're getting in these young players into the team. But you cannot expect them to perform at the highest level, especially against experienced teams like City, who have a lot of experience in their team right now. So that sort of takes time, and I would give that time to Lampard. But finishing in the top 4 also looks difficult. To your question, it sort of.
But personally, Karthik, as a neutral, what I see of Lampard is he did wonders with the, you can say, depleted side in the last season. He came 4th. I think that's when the fans cheered him up because of what he achieved with what he had. Then there are a lot of players coming in. Obviously, he played a lot of youth in the last season. And now that this side is not performing, and if your goal is to at least reach top 4, I don't think so it'll be solved by firing him and getting a new manager. I think you have to stick with your guns. These are new players who have come in. Just by replacement of one manager won't help any cause.
I mean, the other thing is also, if you look at last season, there were a lot of academy players in the team, and they have played together for so many years, since they were young. So they already have that connection, they already have that connect within them. A lot of players also have dipped their form. You look, for Pulisic, for example, is one of them who has been struggling a little. He makes those runs, but he's not getting the goals that he got last season. So it, like I said, it sort of takes time, and then you have a lot of new players coming in. You have Ziyech, Havertz, Werner, a lot of new guys coming in. So it is gonna take a bit of time, and I would at least give him one more season to probably judge what he wants to do with the team and where he wants to go.
And moving to Leicester, Karthik, now number one, as we said already, their mentality is just like a champion right now. They're just going for the win, and I did not see any difference between them facing something or Wolves or Chelsea. It was just a champion side trying to win games, trying to grind out, and the way I think Chelsea's defense also kind of helped them a lot, and the way they were losing balls in midfield. Where do you think they'll go? Because I see a definitely top four finish with them.
Yeah, I mean, if they go on, like I said, they are also contenders for the Premier League this season. You never know. I mean, there are other teams as well. City, you know, they are in form. Liverpool, you know, they'll probably pick up their form as well. But United, but I see Leicester finishing at least in top for this season.
With the current form, they would be definitely challenging City for the title.
Yeah.
So with this, guys, we are finishing today's episode. Thank you so much for joining. See you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.